Hey, I hope everybody is doing well. I'm on the live chat and already chit-chatting with a few people. If you are new here, my name is Bree. I'm the owner and artist of Upcycled by Bree, and I have got a smaller thrift haul today. I've been doing some huge, giant mega hauls the past few weeks. And this week I just didn't find a lot of stuff, but I found some really unique, fun, rare finds. So we're going to get started right away here. All of these items are already listed up on my website, upcycledbybree.com. I have dropped it down in the description box and in the comments. There I am, looking for my video. And I don't have my ring light on today, so I hope y'all can see okay. I'm feeling lazy. I did so much adulting this week, it was insane. Good morning, Lorraine. Kim's here, Sue's here, and Sue already started shopping. So a few things have sold. Let's look at that first. I went to 3 places this week. Let me remember where. Major Thrift, Charlie's, and the Giving Tree. This came from Major Thrift. Beautiful, beautiful marble rolling pin. First one I've ever found that is like a nice one. I found a couple like cheapy, like, I don't know, reproductions before, but this one is vintage. It is heavy. It is a solid marble. I purchased it for $4.99 and Sue snagged it up at $29.95. Aw, thanks, Lorraine. I barely put any makeup on. So one of the things I did in the last week, I went and got my eyebrows done. I don't really have any eyebrows left because of the early 2000s. So I went and got them. It's called a powder browed, but basically like tattooed, kind of like a short-term tattoo. Anyways, they're like peeling and stuff, so that's why I'm back here without the ring light, so y'all don't have to see all that. But I couldn't miss a thrift haul. But thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate it. Paige is here from Sammy's channel. Welcome, Paige. I'm so happy to have eyebrows. I wake up and they're there. Ooh. Okay, let's get on with it. At Major Thrift, I found these, and I squealed a little squeal of delight because a couple minutes earlier, I found the salt and pepper shakers. They're the most beautiful color of blue, like just a baby blue, but with a little bit of a gray tone to them. They're not like baby shower baby blue. I looked them up. There's no maker mark on them. All I could see is that they're vintage, bisque, corn on the cob holders, and salt and pepper shakers. And these brought me back to my childhood because we had some. I listed this set up. There's 4 plates, salt and pepper, and a tray at $36.95 because they're going to be a pain in the tush to ship. But I figured somebody needs these. Obviously here in Kansas, there's a lot of corn. So I get really partial to corn on the cob holders. I found some before that were like wooden that I loved. And I have some for myself because we like corn on the cob. Anyways. But they weren't in the same spot in the thrift store. So I was really excited when I walked around the corner and saw them. Isn't that a gorgeous blue? Paige is going down a rabbit hole with my projects. Welcome. Continue to travel. I also have a second channel page. If you didn't know that, it's called Lifestyle by Bree. I do a little cooking and like lifestyle stuff, but a lot of thrifting. Like you can watch me shop for these things. It's down in the description box if you haven't subscribed over there yet. Found an apothecary jar. Always grab these when I find them, and they sell really well for me. This one is etched. So we'll see if I can get it to pick up. Oh yeah, without that ring light, I can pick up a lot more detail. And then there's a little bit of etching up here on the lid. I haven't washed this yet, so it'll be even more prevalent after it is scrubbed up with a little dish soap. Paid $2 for it. It's up at $14.95. Oh, good, Paige. I'm glad I told you. And I've been listing these, and they've been selling out as fast as I can list them. So if you're a reseller, it might be a great thing for you to pick up, especially if you have a booth space or a store and you're not having to ship the glass. I found these little tiny etched votive holders, right? I wonder if they came from the same place. I did find them at the same store. And they were in a box, so I always love looking inside boxes, especially at Major Thrift. There's always some goodies boxed up still there. And they were $8 for the box. There were 4 inside, so I paid $2 each. All I do is flip them upside down and I cut out a nice little wood round. This one's too small. I'll make them a little bit bigger when I cut them for these. But they turn them into the cutest little mini decor cloche. So if you like a little bit more maybe French country or kind of granny chic, these are going to be really great for your decor with that little bit of etching and then that little dainty scalloped edge. So cute. And again, these sell as fast as I can list them, so I just keep on buying them. Good morning, Lori. Oh yes, Paige is going to be trying the DIY paint out. You're going to get hooked. Be ready. This cute little match holder was $2.99 at Giving Tree. I have it listed up at $12.95. It's like match dispenser. Always grab these when I find them. Usually they are painted. This one is just a beautiful neutral cream color that somebody, it looks like spray painted it at one point. And I laughed so hard. It had some like potpourri and a little bit of floral in it, right? So I'm taking them out and I'm like cleaning it up or whatever. And then I start finding like gum wrappers and little like balled up pieces of tape and stuff. I laughed so hard because when I was younger, I was the jerk kid that used to throw my gum wrappers and my grandma's like fake plants and pop cans in my mom's bushes. Sorry. Anyways, it made me giggle. So I took all that stuff out and it would be so cute if do I have any floral around? I do right here. You know, you just take your floral that you have, you do seasonally or whatever and switch it out. How cute is that? Maybe floral at the bottom and like a little doily hanging out the top or something. It doesn't even need the floral, but makes everything cuter. Paige, I can drop the link for you if you aren't already gone. What are y'all up to this weekend? Did anybody else do any adulting this week? I did so much. I had to get new brakes on my rear brakes or whatever. It was a lot. I had to do laundry. I had to go do meal prep. Okay, well I'm trying to get it for you. You're probably gonna get it faster than me at this point. Oh, and Elena's on spring break. It's a lot. I know. Rainy. Michelle says good rainy morning. It is so rainy. I had memories pop up on Facebook from when I was in Cancun like 7 years ago, and I'm just like, I want to be there. A couple of these things trickled over from my neighbor's junk that he's been giving me. He gave me a couple more boxes. I didn't go live and show it because it wasn't very much. But this cute little bunny mold came in $8.95. For this little vintage bunny mold, and I would personally probably hang this. I think it's probably for Jello, correct? Spring break, yep, correct. I know, Kim, I felt like spring break was early. Usually, like when I was younger, it would fall on my birthday, which is the 24th of March. It's coming up, isn't it? And it's now. I'm like, ugh. I would have been mad when I was younger if it was like a week before my birthday. I found this beautiful pheasant. I started researching my bird types before I list them because I almost called this a quail. It is a pheasant, and this is another one of those Holland molds. So now I've had a bunny Holland mold. I had the gaggle of geese Holland mold, and now I've got this pheasant. The paint or the finish, whoever did this, it's okay. Like that brown's not the worst, but I think we could do way better. So I listed him up, read description. If you ever buy anything from me that says read description, make sure you check it for sure and see what I'm going to do to it. I'm just going to paint this one up. Paid $2 for it, and it will be $24.95. Here are the two things I'm keeping this week. To the eyebrows. I'm so excited. Two little teapots. Hey, Jasmine's here. Hey, girl. I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're feeling better. Call me, FaceTime me later if you get a chance. This is a Hall pottery. There was no other pieces with it. It was not marked. I got it out at Charlie's. He probably charged me $1 for it. And then this one was 99 cents out at Charlie's as well. And these are like the colors I do in my kitchen. A couple of the little pictures I was decorating with sold. So I needed to replace them, and I'm not going to list those because I need some to keep. Lori said, I'm going to move this forward. We started spring break in Texas. I'm originally from Wichita and would love to move back. It's too hot and humid by Houston. Yeah, Texas is humid. Look more when your live is over because shipping makes it $25. If I can find some other stuff to make the shipping worth it, I'll get it. That makes sense, Paige. No worries. Okay. Finding some cute glass. I put a reel up on this morning. What is this reel? And y'all usually are able to help me out. So originally when I picked it up, I was thinking it was a little vase this way, right? With a hole in it. But that's actually not a hole. It's like a glass piece that dips down inside. Weird. And then there is a little hole in the bottom. So is this something, or am I just overthinking it? Either way, you can put a little bit of floral in it. And then I found a cute little glass jar. This is Cheese Bro Manufacturing Company, New York. So it's got some fun advertising on it. The two together are $10.95. Y'all have been buying the crap out of glass too. I didn't used to list a lot of glass because it takes some extra work to ship. But y'all have been buying it, and I know a honey hole where I can go and buy some beautiful old bottles. So would y'all want amber, blue, teal, white, all of the above? Drop me some comments. Let me know. I'm going to go out there probably next week. Speaking of shipping glass, some exciting news. I met somebody this week. Her name's Melissa. Very lovely lady, and she is going to come over on Monday and start helping me ship. So if y'all have been sending up prayers and good vibes and stuff for me that somebody will come along and help me, it worked. Oh yes, Teresa. She finally, not finally, she just got them, but she used some of her botanical transfers. What'd you put them on? A bird cage? She's going to post it in the Facebook creative group. I can't wait to see that. And she said they were easier than she even thought, which is amazing. I threw together a few more decor boards. I went live on Facebook and showed them this week, and they sold out. They sold out, I think, overnight. So I made a few more. I went and cleaned out some more of my storage unit, and I have a lot of wood in there. Not now. I brought it all home. This beautiful piece of teal wood was in there, so I snagged one of these spindles out of inventory. This is like a spindle that already had an indention built into it off of a chair or crib or something. And I attached them when they're half like that onto a decor board. So this one is, I think, teal decor board, I think is what I have it listed up as. It's $39.95. Now, I am going to go ahead, I'll antique the edges down, and I was thinking about maybe using a little dark and decrepit on it and getting this a little bit darker to match the handle. We will see. Hooray! Paige just said she used some of the transfers as well. Paige, the ones you were listing are some of the IOD transfers. I've used the Ephemeral Melange before, and it is beautiful. The ones I carry are Prima. So there'll be some designs on my site that you probably haven't seen from IOD. So that'll be fun. I'll be excited to hear what you think. This came out of my personal stash. It's adorable, and I love copper. But I've had it for a few years, and I'm ready to send it on to somebody else. Now, it was made J.V. Reed, Louisville, USA. I probably paid $1 or so for it back in the day. I don't really remember even where it came from. I have it listed up at $16.95, and these are pretty collectible. I've seen some really cute wall collages on Pinterest where it's just a bunch of these hanging up, or these hanging up with the little whisk brooms. Oh, yay, Susie, good morning. She's going to invest in some of the DIY paint as well. I'm excited to hear that. What colors are you thinking? Yes, Bonnie says she's still using her dustpan like this. Bonnie, I have a black one like this that I use out in my garage. Yes, girl. I've got several. I've got a green one too. That's why I'm getting rid of one. But it's so cute. So, so cute. And if you love the copper, it's got the rust. So good. Oh, turn it upside down, put floral in it. That's a good idea too. Okay, pardon me here. I need a little more caffeine. I was out of coffee creamer. We need to go to the grocery store. It has been a week. I am sick of adulting. I just want to go shopping. Not today. So if you saw the title of my thrifting video for this week, it was, I paid up, I hope it pays off. I didn't find a lot, and so I grabbed a few things that I probably wouldn't normally pay so much for, but I found some really cool things, so I'm hoping it pays off. We'll find out. This is pressed glass and silver plated, so not too fancy, not crystal and silver, but it is still gorgeous. It is a wine carets, not a wine drinker, carafe. I said I was gonna be able to remember. I know it's coffee is carafe. I think it's called a wine carrette, and it's in really great shape. Y'all know I don't usually pick up a lot of sterling silver either, but I saw this, and the fact that like the handle's not attached right here, the lines, it's gorgeous. I got wine drinkers, and then Elena was like, "Mom, pass on that." And I was like, "Okay, challenge accepted." So I had to get it at that point. I paid $15 for it. It's up at $46.95. So pretty. All right, Jazz, I'll talk to you later, girly. So pretty. So help me prove my 11-year-old wrong, and somebody please buy this. Gorgeous. I don't know. I also posted another reel this week, like, who am I? Because the things I bought were just not what I normally buy. The unicorn heads, Kim just said something about that. You don't see them here. I put them up for sale after I made the reel, and somebody here locally wanted them, and she wanted them very, very, very badly. She wanted them that day. They were already up for sale on my website, and she didn't want it painted. So she came up. I didn't have to ship them, and I didn't have to paint them. She paid $100 for them, and off they went. I paid $22. So that was a weird, unique find that definitely I paid up for a little bit, and it paid off. How do I decide what to price my items at? So I've been doing this a couple years now. I kind of know what my market is, who my people are, what they want. And so I find those items. I do price comparing along with some of my other, people that are doing the same thing, resellers. Gut instinct. I walk around antique malls, look at prices there. I try to stay under those prices as much as I can. All right, a set of 2 glass jars, beautiful, beautiful cobalt blue. I got these free from the neighbor clean out stash, and they're $12.95 for the 2. These look gorgeous with baby's breath in them too. I'm obsessed with the baby's breath right now. No problem. So Paige, I also sell a lot of like my rusty, crusty farmhouse things. I sell to the coasts. They'll end up selling to places like Florida and California, where people can't get that kind of stuff as easily. And so some of those items I can charge up for a little bit on my website and ship them out, as to where if I tried to sell them here locally, they wouldn't sell because everybody can get that stuff around here for next to nothing. So, see what I'm saying? I also have a bonus group where I give some business tips and tricks if you're interested in checking that out. Okay, super rare find. I had a hard time finding these. Once I finally figured out the direction I should be looking, my jaw dropped. These little napkin rings sell for like $350 to $500 on Etsy. eBay. I'm like, what? Circa 1800s. So these are antique. These are very, very old. They are both marked. This one is Meriden Bee Company 222, and it's a bird, a chick. Now both of them are etched, so I'm assuming they were probably like wedding gifts or something at some point. This one says, I believe it says Raina and Ed. I think it's R-A-N-A, Raina and Ed. I got these for free from the neighbor. He knew exactly what he was giving me, and he knows exactly what I'm doing, so don't worry. And then this one is a little different. Ah, gosh, what was it? Rogers and Company. The marking on it's kind of hard to read on this one, but I did find it. Yeah, Rogers silver plate bird napkin ring. So they're both listed at $49.95 each. If you are a reseller, this would probably be a good thing to snag and try to resell if you're more into like the dishes, the antiques and stuff. I don't do a lot of that. I sell a lot of junk. So that's why I priced them so low. I hope I don't kick myself later. I should probably keep them or something too, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Fun. Oh, this sifter is kind of cool. I don't usually see ones like this. It has just like a little springy handle so you can do a single-handed sifting. Paid $1 for it at Major Thrift, all of their kitchen stuff. I kind of just throw in the little tubs and you dig, and it's listed up at $10.95. Yeah, I do have them priced well, Kim. I hope I don't regret that. Lorraine, have a yummy breakfast. I love you too, and have fun Ubering. Lori says, love those crazy old. Crazy, crazy old. I bought a toilet. I don't know. I thought it would look really cute with a succulent in it in the bathroom. Why not? We bought all kinds of other weird stuff. Let's throw this in the mix. I paid 99 cents for this toilet, and he's up at $8.95. I thought it would be a cute little planter. Oh, I also am obsessed with mini things, so anything tiny. Let's do another rare item here. Look at this crazy thing. I almost dropped it. Let's not do that. First time ever seen anything like this. Of course, I had to do a little research too. This was $6 at the Giving Tree. And what caught my eye originally is the amber glass. I have not cleaned any of this stuff out yet either. Ooh, I will, I promise. Is the amber glass. So pretty, and the shape of these little jugs. It's Spanish made. It's got salt and pepper shakers as well. Oh, I thought those were wood for a second. Wood tops. They're plastic. These are wood. And I just thought it was really cool. A really cool little oil and vinegar set. I thought about like painting this wood. It's really, really dark, but it also like you can feel the kitchen on it. So I'm gonna scrub it and dry it out in the sun first. And just let it be. If it doesn't sell, then maybe we'll do something different. Put florals, anything in it, and it's charming. Yes, ma'am. So, I don't know. I thought this was really neat. How fun would this be in like a mid-century modern home? Again, just super weird, different things I'm finding. And I'm wondering if y'all are going out and buying all of the good stuff. Now that I'm telling you where I'm getting it all. I found a cute bell. Just silver, and it's got a black wood handle. The wood is chippy. The handle's loose, so it provides a very good loud ding. Bells sell great for me. This one is $8.95. Let's talk about this. So I always love buying enamel. This one had a silver edge on it, so I don't think it's super, super old. It's got a strainer, and a pot, and I was thinking, oh, well, I'll just buy that and use it for myself. Excuse me. I think I'm going to get the hiccups from that drink. But then I realized that it is pretty worn out. So I'm going to take it apart, sell it in two separate things here. I'm going to add little wooden feet to the bottom of this. It's so easy because you can just screw through the bottom. And I'll add a small little transfer up here. And then I'll add a big transfer to this one and then sell it with the lid. So then I like to do like a plant in here, you know, a big potted plant, throw a little dirt in the lid here and throw in just some like wildflower seeds or a little ground cover, something that'll spill out a little bit. Such a cute spring setup. I'm going to put the transfer on it, and I'll enclose in the details that it should probably be for indoor use only. But if you want the transfer to like get good and aged over time, you could use it outside. I paid $12 for that. And 20% off at Charlie's, so whatever that math is, I can't today. Little more salvage out of my storage unit. Who knows what these came off of? Who knows how long I've had them? They're really cute, and they'd be fun to just add like a little stencil to. You could make them the side of a tray, whatever you want to do with them. They could be cute little shelf sitters. $2.95 each. I found a cat and a duck. Adorable little vintage planters. Neither of them have markings on them, and I did clean them up a little bit. Again, a cute little succulent in there. And then also I like to grab from the Dollar Tree. They have the little tiny mini glass vials like in the crafting section for glitter or whatever. But you can just stand one of those up in there, and then you can actually put like just a little dandelion weed flower or whatever in, just like a tiny little sprig, and switch it out every day. Put it up in the window. These little tiny babies are just so cute, and I can't believe I'm not keeping the duck. I think y'all got lucky with my tiredness this week. There's a couple things I'm looking at now. I'm like, I didn't. It happens every week. I thought I found a flower frog. Anything that has holes in it now I think is a flower frog. It's not. It's a potpourri holder. And it's actually Avon. I've been buying Avon too. Who am I? It's got a gorgeous design. So stinking cute. And then she's winking. Her hat comes off. It's got the seal to it still, so you can put your fresh potpourri in there. And then the smell comes out off of the lid, the hat. I couldn't leave her behind. $12.95. Oh. If y'all wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button while you're watching, I would appreciate it. I'm going to have another edited video up tomorrow evening. I've got it almost all the way filmed with 3 or 4 thrift haul or thrift flip video thrift flip projects. More coffee. Boston baked beans crock. Ooh, Kendra's here. Late Night Creations. I can't believe I wasn't subscribed to you. I thought I was already, and I saw Sammy drop that the other day. Sorry, 1 second. Maisie needs help. Junk in her way. Okay. I don't think this is super old, but I could be wrong. I should have done a little research on it. Does anybody remember these? How old are they? And even if you don't love the Boston baked beans, which I do because I love anything stamped, the stamping is a little like pixelated, so I don't think it's super, super old, you know what I'm saying? But it's still super, super cute. But if you didn't like the Boston baked beans, you could turn it around and you just have the plain side. All Seasons April, hello, good morning. I paid $2 for this. It's up at $13.95. And again, boop. Springtime, everything gets floral or greenery. When I walked into Major Thrift, they had all of the totes set up in front of the shelves, and I was like, yes, hallelujah. Most of them were toys, which was a bummer. Like all of my shopping trips started off with a bang with a really good item, and then just, but that's okay. It happens. I think so, Kendra. It's like I watched so much of your stuff, I figured I was already subscribed. So dough bowl, no markings or anything on this. If they're more modern, usually they'll say like threshold or stamped on the bottom, but I also don't think it's like super, super, super old, but it's a really good one. And it was only $1.99, so I priced it beautifully at $16.95. I think it already sold. Yep, it already sold. It's gone. How much would y'all pay for a dough bowl this big? It's like the size of my head. It's not super big, 10-inch. I don't ever find them, and I never buy them because they're, not, I like a good thrifty deal, and they're always a little more expensive. So how much do y'all pay for your dough bowls? I know, that one's gorgeous. Again, I probably should have kept it. It did sell. Yep, Kim is right. Did you buy it? carved spoon rest. It doesn't have a hole in it. I was thinking it could be wall decor too, but it doesn't. But I love, look at the detail on that carving. What are these called? I know I can picture them in my head, but I can't remember the name of them, but it's so pretty. $12.95 on this. My email address is upcycledbybrie@gmail.com. And it should be in the description too. Am I in trouble? Kidding. Okay, unicorns. Charlie's was full of unicorns. So he does storage cleanouts. He does storage cleanouts, so somebody must have got rid of their unicorn collection. And I looked at these little guys and I walked by them and then I went back. They reminded me of my sister when she was younger. My room, they had clowns at one point. I was terrified of clowns. Anyway, she had rainbows and unicorns. And she had figurines and stuff and My Little Ponies. So they kind of struck a little memory and I snagged them up. They were $1 each. I'm going to sell them all together because they look like they're friends. And they are up at $13.95. One has an orange tail. One has a silver tail. One has a white tail. They're just very cute. And I think I like this one. Oh, this one's eyeballs the best. They all have different eyelashes. Goodness, Teresa said she saw a dough bowl that was $500. I'm telling you. I made a couple more things, and these are not all the way done, obviously. I put out a question in the middle of the week. I was like, y'all, I don't have enough junk. Do you want me to go try to shop more? Should I clean out my stash, or should I try to make some things? And how many people said, all of the above? And so then I had to deliver. I haven't made any little rustic candle stands for a while, and it was beautiful. I mean, okay, it was nice this week. Like 50. So I went out and made some things. Unicorns remind me of the 80s. I was born in 87. My sister's 5 years older than me, so that's it. I cut some of the wood rounds just with my jigsaw out of some old fence boards, and then these are pieces off of a bed frame. And we are going to make some candlesticks. I thought we could paint some bases today. Just do a little paint therapy. What time is it? Yeah, I should have a little bit of time. I'm almost done here. And then once they're painted, I will glue and nail them together. It's a lot easier to paint them when they're not put together yet. Is everyone buying today? I am. People are shopping like crazy, Barb. If there's something you like, you better go snag it. This already sold. This was another pretty rare find, pretty unique, and it was such a good price. So it is a perpetual clock made in Germany, and it's pewter. It doesn't have the dowels, but of course, those are super easy to replace. $1.99 is what I paid for it. It was one of the first things that sold at $26.95. And actually, the customer who bought it bought the Zodiac sand timer not that long ago. So this will be a cool piece for her to add to the collection. I'm glad she snagged it up. Very, very neat. Baby mini basket. I think this one went with the other mini baskets I had listed up the other week. So I think those are still available. This one's $3.95. If you love mini baskets, there's a whole bunch. Just type mini basket in the search bar. Kendra was made in Germany, she says. I love that. That's funny. I find a few things made in Germany. Not a bunch, but a few. I'm going to drop the thrift haul again. For those of you just jumping on. What else happened this week? I think I'm missing something exciting. Here's some little baby mini salvage. 5 pieces for $8.95. And these will look so cute in a tiny little mason jar, just set up on the shelf in your vignette. You think of a project to do with them. I love wood. Whoops, I love wood salvage and I love mini. This corncob pipe came out of the neighbor clean out. It's ceramic, so if y'all love to build your snowmen. And I have this in the holiday collection. It should be in the Shop the Hall collection as well. I figured I will just go ahead and list holiday stuff all year round. I'm starting to see it. I went to like 2 garage sales this year, nothing good yet, but they had Christmas stuff galore. We'll just keep a holiday collection up all year long. This came from my stash clean out. Don't remember where I got it originally, but it's a beautiful 8x10 frame. Look at the details on those corners. Canvas. I do believe it's, I don't know if it's acrylic or oil. It's on canvas. And it's $18.95. Beautiful little farm scene. I don't buy a lot of art. I don't sell a lot of art. Julie does, and Jamie and Zeb do too, it seems like. I'm not very knowledgeable in it. I've been trying to branch out and like look for it at the thrift store, and I'm really intimidated. So if you have ideas, you have tips or tricks or any kind of art, vintage art you want me to look for, let me know. These candlesticks, I paid up for just a little bit at Major Thrift, but this wood is gorgeous. It's like already whitewashed. I don't have to do anything to it. They are Hobby Lobby, but they were good Hobby Lobby. Like not all Hobby Lobby distressing is good. They did unfortunately have like some just really boring little bland black metal tops on them. So I took those off. They simply unscrewed and I grabbed the most perfect wood out of my stash that came out of my storage unit. Look at that color, and added the wood tops on last night. Oh, they're so pretty. So pretty. I did a little dark and decrepit and white wax around the edges there on the raw cuts. And I'm like, is that just not the perfect blend? So pretty. $39.95 they're listed up for. That is a heck of a deal for some solid wood candlesticks. And the riser tops, goodness, I would say that's about 6 inches. Can fit quite a bit of decor up there. So you can stage them up. There's room. You put a little brass critter down there. Fit 3 or 4 things on those bad boys. Paige says she can't find candlesticks anywhere. I have a hard time finding them here in Topeka. When I go to Kansas City and shop, I find them a lot. And then that's why, Paige, I make a lot too, because I can't find wood ones very much. This shelf came from my stash. Beautiful solid wood shelf. Just been sitting there collecting dust for absolutely no reason. Look at that beautiful detail on it. Reminds me of an IOD mold, right? I have it listed up at $39.95. It has the little plate lip in it, or picture frame lip, or whatever lip, if you wanted to put that kind of stuff on top. And it's got some hanging hardware already. I might replace that if I were you and do something a little sturdier, like a D-ring back here. But if you're not putting anything heavy on it, those should be sufficient. Beautiful. And the dimensions of these things should be in the listings. If you click the listing, I try to put length and height and depth on things like shelves so you guys know. But if you ever have questions, feel free to email me. Chippy masher, red handled. I think that's the only red thing I got this week. But I figured I would start throwing in that red stuff for the 4th of July summer vignettes. Oh, Jasmine's back. Yeah, hearts were all the rage in the 90s. So on this thrifting or thrift flip video I have coming out tomorrow, a couple weeks ago I got those shutters. I don't know if y'all remember. They were just like little reproduction shutters, and they had the heart cutouts on them. I'm getting so excited. And I show y'all how to so easily cover those up and fix them. So that'll be a fun video. I've done another video with a piece of furniture. I filled up the hearts with some Bondo and turned it into a much prettier piece. So I'm not big on the heart cutouts. I know they were popular, and I get roasted sometimes by people. I want to say it's like down south, that still love the heart cutouts, and that's fine. To each their own. This piggy bank was $4, silver plated. I have him up at $14.95. Whenever I find these metal piggy banks, I grab them. Sometimes they're silver, sometimes they're brass. Sometimes they've got little gem eyeballs. Teresa said she's seen a video where they take a jigsaw and turn the hearts into a circle. That's a good idea too. Okay, last two things. 2 more boards. Since the other 5 sold out, I threw up 2 more. G and F. G is $19.95. These, I would call them double-sided because the colors are different. On these, it's a little too weathered. So I'm going to sand some of that off, and I'll do some chippy paint on one side, and then I'll leave that pretty weathered look on one side. I always antique up the edges. They'll get a little hole drilled in them for hanging. But I got a couple more cut, and then this one, y'all, has the crack. We love the crack. I need to start making more shirts. This one's $22.95, and it's going to get a faux repair with a piece of leather. I'll cut the leather, use a couple nails, and repair the handle. So that's it for this week. Nothing too crazy, right? I still managed to take 41 minutes to show everything, but smaller haul, and it was nice. It was nice to not have to list 100 items this week. I just didn't have time either with everything I had going on, appointments and whatnot, and that's okay. Should I do a big haul again next week? Y'all want to see? I just want to go shopping. I'm looking for my blue paint. I already got it out. So I was thinking, I've had some requests to do some blue. I was thinking we paint the middle on these, and that the skeleton key would look really pretty with the weathered wood. And that way y'all can get a better idea of what these are going to look like when they're finished. And also, if you've been curious to try this DIY paint, we can get a little peek at it. Oh, Tracy. Tracy's on. Tracy's one of my local customers, and she is one of my customers being so very patient with the DIY paintbrushes that are coming. So y'all, Debbie's been giving us updates as much as she can, as quickly as she can. They're so close to being here. Y'all have been very, very patient with those pre-orders. There was things beyond her control. You know, when you're getting things shipped in from overseas, there's a lot that goes into it, especially when it's a lot of product like that. So thank y'all for being patient. They should be here very, 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 very soon. But Tracy, if you do end up wanting your other stencil brush before then, you know where I'm at. Just let me know. If you want to wait, that's cool too. And then we need to do some shopping. Kim said shop lady shop. Thank you. All right. What, did I show a pig? What pig are y'all talking about? Oh, the piggy bank. I'm like, what pig? Maybe I should take a nap today, you guys. No, I'm okay. It's just life. I'm just whiny. I'm just whiny. I'm very thankful. In fact, I started a new little manifestation journal this week. Just a little fun little activity journal book to do in the evenings before bed, so I'm not on my phone. And it has you list things you're grateful for every day. And that's such a fun, refreshing exercise to do. You know, I try to be grateful all the time, but when you get busy and stressed out, sometimes it's hard to look beyond some of that stuff and be grateful for what we have. So I am very grateful to be so busy and to be able to replace my brakes and be able to get my eyebrows tattooed on even though they're itchy. Oh, and it's all thanks to you guys. All right, look at this beautiful color. So skeleton key is like a blue-gray. And some, like next to certain things, it pulls a little more blue. Like if I put it next to this very pine color. But if I put it up more next to this gray weathered wood, this cool piece of wood, it looks a little more gray. Pretty cool color. Is there a certain brush that works best with DIY paint? So Lindsay, DIY has come out with their own line of paint brushes. Now they're currently sold out on my site. I haven't ordered any more until I get mine in and I know they're coming. I don't want to get myself in over my head, right? And they are coming, but I haven't ordered any more yet. I will very soon. They should be back in stock. Other retailers, I'm sure, have some available on their sites. And I'm very excited. Now, I have yet to try them, so I can't say firsthand experience, but I've heard some really great things. Debbie's done a lot of demos for us. What I'm using currently is a Klingon. My Klingons are very well loved. I've had them for years. And I love these brushes too. They are synthetic bristle. So they help minimize brush strokes. Very, very good quality. Brushes were one of the last things I invested in. Honestly, I was using pretty cheap brushes just from the craft store or whatever. Once I did invest in a good brush, it was a big game changer, especially when I'm painting furniture. These are also very, very easy to clean, which is nice. You just pop them in a little cup of water and then the next morning run them under the tap, you know, run them under water and the paint just like falls out of them. So that's really nice. Other than the Klingon brushes, I haven't really, I've used Zinsser. No, not Zinsser. Zebra. It's been so long now. Zebra brushes. And I got those off of Amazon. I think those are still linked down in my Amazon shop. And they're affordable, and they're a good quality brush, but they're still nowhere the same. Teresa loves her Klingon. Yes. Klingon. Yep, that's what I said, girlfriend. Jazz, would you mind? Oh, did you just? Thank you. She dropped the collection for me. It is so nice to have you here. I appreciate you so much. I am not fast at dropping links. Yahoo, Dottie, your white wax will be on the way, girlfriend. I love DIY waxes. We'll get to it here in just a second. Isn't that a beautiful color? Where can I purchase the one you're using? You're welcome. If you look up just a little bit, Lindsay, Handcrafted from Home dropped a link. If you click on that, you'll look for the R12 or the R14. Either one will work just fine. They're just slightly different in size. The F30 is also a really great one. If you're painting a lot of smalls and starting out, it's a flat brush. This one is round, hence the R. This one's good for getting down in little details. This one's better if you're painting like, you know, tabletops or like a bread box with more flat surfaces. They are a little expensive, Paige. They're a little on the pricier side, but I have had my Klingon brushes for like 3 years. I've been using them and they're still very, very well put together. So if you're ready to invest, think about it. I know it's trickier, and that was one of the things like I said, I waited a long time to invest in good brushes because I was like, oh, I don't want to pay that much, but it's worth it, I promise. And maybe just one at a time, you know, like if you're going to end up spoiling yourself and placing an order, maybe you get a little piece of junk and a paintbrush and a new color of paint. But yeah, once you buy them, they last a long time. I understand, Paige. I get it. It's a little bit of a sticker shock at first. I've heard people say that with the paint lines. You know, if they're used to using like Waverly or Folk Art, it's like, oh, I don't want to pay that much for my paint. But also, like, you aren't using as many coats. This is one coat and it's got full coverage, you know, so you're not using as much product. The quality is better. So it's an investment for sure. I understand. Right on, Kendra's going to grab one. That about sucked my hair up. I'm just heat gunning this and drying the paint up a little bit faster. Is anybody else decorating with a blue this spring? And if so, what kind of blue?
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to
Alexa,
the
stop.
It looks like an issue with the router and Echo device.
Didn't even say anything close to her name. Alright, so give me just a second. I'll show you the coverage on this. Couple little areas where I'll throw on what I like to call a quarter coat. It's not even a half a coat. And I'm not painting the tops and the bottom. That way when I glue them to the piece of wood, I have better adhesion. I'm back. There it is. I'm reading Factory Y'all's comments. Y'all crack me up. Lots of new friends on today. Thank y'all for hopping on. Okay, so you can see in like just a couple areas, a little bit of that wood popping through. Kim says she's more into green right now. Kim, I feel you on that. I'm always into green. Teresa. Sue says she uses all shades of blue. Nice. And Kendra uses it all year round too. Amazing. You know what? I'm going to have to do more blue then. I really save blue mostly for spring. I've got some beautiful colors in the paint lines I use. Sorry, I'm like watching comments and not paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm really struggling today. Thank y'all for struggling with me. I asked I'm just going to start calling her Melissa and not my new employee because I feel like we're going to be more like friends than co-workers. But I asked Melissa if she minded being on camera, and she said, you know, give her a little bit of time and she doesn't think she'll have a problem with it. So hopefully I'll have somebody to get on and paint with me. She's so much fun. Y'all are going to love her. She's like, she reminds me a lot of myself. But I'll have somebody to get on and paint with me and banter around. And she does some reselling, but I don't think she does a lot of this kind of like thrift flipping stuff. So I'll have a newbie to try out products, and I can show y'all how easy it is if you've never done it before. Also, I'm just slapping this paint on too. I'm not worried about perfect coverage. I want a little bit of brush strokes. I want some texture. That color is way better. Yes, I'm so excited. I've been thinking about hiring somebody for around a year, seriously, for around about a year now. The thing is, I work from home. My whole entire business is ran right here out of my home. So that person's going to be in my house with me. Small spaces, working very close with me, so I wanted to be particular. I was thinking maybe I would try to find a younger, maybe college student who just wanted part-time. And I was like, I'm afraid maybe they won't be as responsible as I, you know. And then I have a hard time giving up control. A lot of it's me. But Melissa's a little bit older than me. She has helped other people ship before. I met her through a friend of mine that I know from the antique mall. So it's going to be really good. Literally a year. I know, Jasmine. Gosh, I was talking to Lorraine the other day, and I'm like, babe, I've been like manifesting help, right? I've been asking and asking, and I've been asking and asking. She's like, well, but you're not trying. You're not receiving. That girl keeps me in check. And I was like, okay, watch this. And I opened up a little bit. Let go of a little control. Put a little anxiety aside, and within a few days. Can I link the heat gun? It is down in my Amazon shop. I cannot do it right this second page, but if you look down in the description box, you'll see my Amazon storefront. If you click on that and go to Top Crafting Supplies, it should be in there. It is a Wagner. And my Wagners are good. This is the second one I've had in a few years, and I use them quite a bit. They last a while. The other one finally pooped out after a couple years. Woohoo! Linda said the last package she got was packed really well. And she always loves receiving things from me. Look for more candle snuffers and flower frogs. I got you, girl. It doesn't have a cool setting now. Kim said it's been fun to watch the growth of my business. Thank you so much. It has been really, really fun to grow. It's really scary to be successful. Like, almost scarier than failing in a weird way. But I'm really excited and I'm up for it. We're doing it. I couldn't do it without y'all though. And if y'all didn't know, Jasmine Handcrafted from Home on here is the one that like forced me to start my channel back in the day. I was so scared because I didn't know what I was doing. And she like held my hand. So shout out to Jazz. Okay, where is my paint can opener? Ugh. We'll use scissors. All right, so here's the white wax, and I am not even going to clear wax these. If you've not used the paint before, it's a clay-based paint, so it is water soluble. It's gonna reactivate with water until it's sealed. So I need to seal it up. You can do it with several different things. I love wax, and I'm gonna use just a plain white wax today. Look how pretty that is, and look how like easy it is to move around. It's so buttery soft. If you've never waxed before, you might want to start with a layer of clear wax first so you can control your white wax a little bit better. But I'm not scared, so I'm going to go right on with it. Also, if you're painting furniture or, you know, doing a custom job or something for somebody and you want to make sure it's really, really durable, that white wax is going to help. The clear wax full coverage is going to help it be more durable. I'm going to do like a white wax dry brush, so it won't be really full coverage, but since it's just a piece of decor, it's enough. Oh, thanks. Paige says I'm down to earth. I'm a little bit of a spaz. I mean, I'm always a spaz, but I'm tired today. But I'm glad if you're enjoying me now, you're going to really love me when I have it all together. So I'm just taking a little bit on a chip brush, a little bit on the end, tiny, tiny bit. We're just going to lightly brush this over. I like to go up and down, back and forth, a little cross hatching, and see how it starts to pick up all of those details of the paint. So pretty. That also helps it blend in with this weathered wood paint round, or wood round. Good night. I'm just going to stop talking. I'm just going to paint. Y'all didn't watch me. I thought that energy drink would do it, but I think I need an actual coffee. When I got my eyebrows done last Sunday, she told me not to caffeinate beforehand. I think, it makes you bleed more or whatever. My appointment was at 10. I think that is the first time I have not woke up and had a cup of coffee right away in like years. Except for like maybe being sick or something. It was wild. It's like, how do people do this? Y'all just walk around and do life without caffeine? The DIY wax is also available. I've got the small sizes, the little 4 ounces. They're only $13.50 and they last forever. And this is the big old honkin' 13 ounce. And they're $33. There is white, black, clear, dark, and then a gorgeous teal. Oh, and gold. So not a massive, massive difference. You could make it more intense if you wanted, but I don't want it super, super intense. But look how pretty that color is. I am going to take just a little extra in the low points. Maybe where, you know, like dirt and grime and dust builds up over time. Paige asked, why have I heard not to dip into the DIY products straight in with your brush? They are all natural. There are no preservatives in the waxes or the paints. So if you take a dirty brush and you dip it straight in, it can contaminate your container and it can grow mold. Which is, that's a good practice with any paint or product or whatever that you're using. I do it especially here with the white wax because I don't want to get blue down into my container. Water-based wax, water-based paint, there's going to be a little bit that comes off on your brush. That's why. You'll see me do it sometimes, like with that skeleton key I was dipping straight in because there's only like that much paint left in the bottom of that thing, and I'll go through it pretty quickly. But yeah, if you've got a quart and you're painting smalls, don't dip your paintbrush in there. I'm going to get it yucky. And if it does end up getting a little stinky and gross, you can still use it. It's stinky, but when it dries, it doesn't stink anymore. Just a little extra down in the cracks. All right, now with my fresh cuts, we need to tone those bad boys down. I'm thinking a little bit of the Sweet Pickins Grit, which is like a dust powder, an aging dust powder. DIY has the dark and decrepit dust. They have dark and white. I like this one for my weathered wood because it's more of a gray. Yahoo! Paige said she's never heard that'll happen to your paint. Yeah, if it ever happens to you, you'll know. You'll open it up and you'll be like, woof! It smells like egg farts. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Alrighty, so with this grit, I'm going to try first just to go right onto the raw wood. I could grab some clear wax or something if it doesn't stick, but I don't want it to look like gray. I still want some of that wood to show underneath. So just a little powder here in my lid. I'm just going to take it and like tap it down into the wood grain. Get it down in there and then rub it on. And whatever falls off onto the table, I just pick up with my brush, kind of like glitter. Be careful, it will go everywhere and it will make a mess. And if you get it in your carpet or in your clothes, that's all she wrote. But now, instead of having that really piney red or cedary, whatever side, I think it's cedar. Now it looks weathered like the rest of it. Do I apply what on the... you can apply the grit over wax. I'll do one with wax. Let me get... You can sprinkle it. You can sprinkle it on wax or a top coat. Or you can just, I rub it into raw wood like that all the time. Just rub it into the wood grain. I think it makes it look more natural. Jasmine just dropped the link for it. It's called Grit. And it's by the Sweet Pickins Milk Paint Company, which is the other paint line I carry. My hair, y'all. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop talking about it. Okay, so a little bit of clear wax here. Whoa. So if I take that and apply it around the edge first, it's just going to make the grit adhere a lot more. Makes it look a lot darker. Just preference. Now, if you're using the decrepit dust over paint, you can put it right over your dry paint too. That paint is really porous. This one isn't waxed yet. The paint is really porous, so it will soak up a little bit of the colors. And then you could also wax it. So you can use this stuff over your paint, or you can use it over raw wood like I do. You could also wax it and then put the grit on, and it's just going to be a lot more intense. So it's really preference. But that powder is so fine that no matter what you put it over, it's going to soak into it and it's going to seep in and show up. Oh, Tracy, thank you for the super chat. $10. That's going towards the lighting fund. Appreciate you. Lindsay asked about the milk paint. Is it hard to get the right mixture? Other channels have had some trouble with it coming off and then not having it chip. Milk paint has a mind of its own for sure. On my video coming out tomorrow, I will be using it on some of these boards with some tips and tricks. I also have some other videos up already with milk paint. So if you search Upcycled by Brie milk paint, there should be a ton of videos that pop up already. You can kind of watch through. And sometimes, how do I buy you a coffee? Paige, I do believe the link for that is in my Instagram bio. Still, hopefully. Or you can send me a super chat here. That would be great as well. Yeah, but it really can have a mind of its own. Sometimes it just doesn't work, but that doesn't always happen. If you've been watching, Lindsay, have you been watching Sammy? She's been struggling. I told her next time I come up, we're going to do it. We're going to do some milk paint together. You got to be patient, and it just does take some practice. But once you get the hang of it and you know what kind of surface to use it on, it's not hard. It's really just a 1-to-1 ratio. So after these are all decrepited up, I'll do this one real quick. I'll show you what the finished result is going to look like. And these are listed up on my site already. I think they're $16.95 each. No worries, Paige. I think I can only do so many links in my bio on Instagram that I think I might have gotten rid of it. I started that way back when I first started. I'll have to look. I'll let you know by next week. How about that? You'll have to come back next Saturday for the final result, the final answer. And you're not slow. Technology is hard. Ta-da! There we go. Miss Sarah, see if you're catching the replay. There's a little more blue for you. Ooh, you know what this looks like, in my opinion? Yeah, it does. No wonder I like this blue. So, pretty darn close match, huh? No wonder I like Skeleton Key. Okay, y'all. I think that's going to be it for today. Like I said, tomorrow I will have an edited video up in the evening. Some big things coming up next week. Oh, yay. Lori grabbed some wax. Thank you. I'm going to be working on some shipping today. Maybe I'll go out and do a little shopping. Keep messing with my eyebrows. Y'all, I appreciate you hopping on. Hit that thumbs up for me. Send this out to a friend who maybe hasn't discovered my channel yet. I know I've got some new friends here. Send it over to some more friends who don't know me. Help me continue growing my channel. I appreciate y'all so much. Until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye, friends.